One of my first publishers would always have me read my lyrics to him as a letter. So, for instance, my song Must Be Doing Something Right would have said, "Hey, it's Marty Dodson with SongTown. Today I want to talk to you in our Between the Rhymes series about thinking of a lyric as a letter." This device can work really well for you if you are writing a heartfelt, emotional type song. If you think of it as a letter, it can help you make sure that your lyric is flowing correctly, that you're communicating correctly. And one of my first publishers would always have me read my lyrics to him as a letter. So, for instance, my song Must Be Doing Something Right would have said, "Dear John, a woman is a mystery a man just can't understand. Sometimes all it takes to please her is a touch of your hand. Other times you got to take it slow, hold her all night long. Heaven knows there's so many ways a man can go wrong." And if you think of that lyric as a letter in that way, looking at it, it all flows, it all makes sense, it's in a logical order, it communicates a message. So, in that sense, I'm telling my friend John that a woman's a mystery. She's hard to figure out. Sometimes this pleases her, sometimes it takes this to please her, but it all makes sense in the context as a letter, as if I wrote that to someone else. So, what I want you to do this week is to find one of your songs that you think is a great idea, but maybe you haven't pulled it off well. Pull that out. Read the lyrics aloud to yourself as if you were reading a letter. You can say, "Dear Marty," read it to me, however you choose to do it. But get in the habit of reading your lyrics that way, and pay special attention to the way you're moving time, to your pronouns, to the clarity of your message, and see if you think that person that you're reading to is going to be able to understand what you're trying to say. So if you want to use me as an example, read it, "Dear Marty," read your lyric, and then think through what are the areas that I'm going to have questions about. What are areas that might confuse me? What are areas where maybe you chase a rabbit down a trail, or you kind of get off topic, and make sure that you are saying to me something that I'm going to understand. One way that this comes across to me a lot of times is if I'm pitching a song. If I'm pitching a song to someone like an A&R person or an artist, and I'm sitting in front of them watching them, and as they listen to my song, I start to realize the places in my lyric that aren't quite as strong, and I'm watching to see if they're going to notice those weak points. Because as I'm putting myself in their seat, listening to this song fresh, I remember those lines that we struggled with, or lines that maybe I settled for a rhyme, and I can kind of get a sense of what the weak points are. So imagine me sitting in that chair across from you, read your lyric to me as a letter, and then see if you can figure out what I would say as far as what might confuse me, what might be off topic. And use that device as a lyric, as a letter, uh, every day as you write. Just try that out when you get done with the session. Read it aloud as a letter, and I bet that you'll find a lot of mistakes you wouldn't have found otherwise.